Hey, it's Jess Jericho. Jericho's been on a raw diet since 2018, so today I want to share some tips that I've learned along the way so you can feed a raw diet to your cat safely. Oh, he's so cute. First, most importantly, feeding a raw diet to your cat takes a lot of planning. You don't want to waste food, and you certainly want to avoid bacterial contamination and nutritional imbalances. If you're completely new to a raw diet, I recommend starting with a commercially available, properly balanced raw diet before going full homemade. Cat nutrition is extremely complex, and an unbalanced diet is the worst diet. If your cat isn't eating raw right now, you'll have to introduce the new food properly. Check out the video in the top right corner and in the description below for the right way to transition your cat to a raw diet. Next is to choose the best food. If you have a properly balanced recipe, go to the local farmer's market or your local farms or your butcher shop for your ingredients. Always make sure your food is fresh and buy organic whenever you can, especially when it comes to liver and kidneys. Liver and kidneys filter out toxins, so if you're feeding non-organic organs, there's a chance that there could be toxic substances in it from the livestock animal. Or buy from a company online or your local pet store that offers a completely balanced diet. Find a raw pet food supplier that supports local farms and has good manufacturing practices. Check out their website to see how much information they provide on feeding a raw diet. That'll show you how much they know about raw feeding, and it'll show you how much they care. Clean manufacturing practices are a must to avoid bacterial contamination. You can check out my best raw cat food brands in the top right corner and in the description below this video. Give me a polydactyl thumbs up for Jericho. He's so cute. He's so cute. When it comes to ordering properly, buy in bulk. When you buy in bulk, that'll pack the box full and will ensure that your food arrives completely frozen. Pay for the express shipping, especially in the warmer months. I ordered Jericho's food about 3 weeks in advance, and that brings me to my next point. You need to store raw cat food properly too. So this is the USDA's website on food freezing and safety. So it says, is frozen food safe? Food stored constantly at 0 degrees Fahrenheit will always be safe. Only the quality suffers with lengthy freezer storage. I typically buy around 2 months worth of raw food, that way it isn't sitting in the freezer for too long. Freezing keeps food safe by slowing the movement of molecules, causing microbes to enter a dormant stage. I order 3 weeks in advance so that I can freeze everything solid for 3 weeks before I need to use it. I buy about 2 months worth of raw food so that it packs the box full, but it isn't too much food that it's sitting in my freezer for too long. Next is proper thawing. Then it says, does freezing destroy bacteria and parasites? Freezing to 0 degrees Fahrenheit inactivates any microbes, bacteria, yeast, and molds present in food. Once thawed, however, these microbes can again become active, multiplying under the right conditions to levels that can lead to foodborne illnesses. Always thaw raw food in the refrigerator at least 24 hours before you need it. That goes for portioning and serving. Never thaw raw meat at room temp on the counter, and never use the microwave. Leaving raw food out at room temp and thawing it in the microwave will only multiply bacterial growth. So I have saran wrap down, my gloves, this is the digital scale, Jericho's plate that I use to weigh everything, some jars. The meat is in a glass container. When you're done portioning the food, sanitize everything. Your hands, your utensils, plates, the digital scale, the counters, everything. Now that we have our raw cat food portioned out, it's time to serve. So again, you're going to thaw your cat's raw food in the refrigerator at least 24 hours before you need it. Avoid plastic. Plastic traps bacteria even with regular washing. The containers for your cat's raw food, feeding plates, and bowls should be either glass, ceramic, or stainless steel. You need to wash all of your cat's plates and bowls after each meal and replace the water at least once daily. Use unscented, chemical-free soap. See those juices? Those are very, very important juices. Those juices contain precious nutrients. Taurine, for example, and B vitamins are water soluble. Your cat needs those, so include all of those juices when you feed your cat. You can add a little bit of slightly warmed water to swish around in the jar to get all of those little bits out. Never leave raw food out at room temp for longer than 20 minutes. And again, that goes for portioning and serving your cat's raw food. After about 20 minutes at room temp, bacteria are more likely to multiply. If your cat has uneaten raw food, you can store it in the refrigerator in a sealed container for about 2 or 3 days. But if it has an off smell, don't feed it. Just discard it. Do not feed raw food that has an off smell. Unless you're feeding green tripe. If you end up discarding food and you need to thaw another serving quickly, you can run it under constantly cold running water. But make sure you keep the food in the container because again, some nutrients are water soluble and you don't want to lose those. If you want to learn more about your cat's nutritional needs, check out this video right over 𝐤𝐄𝐅𝐄. Thanks for watching.